welcome to No Mama's That Scary. I'm Leslie,
I'm Ernie.
and tonight we're talking about the black-eyed children. Pour yourself something dark and lock the doors and listen closely because once we start, you can't unhear it. They appear as children between the ages of 6 and 16, often in pairs, dressed in outdated or ill-fitting clothes. They might show up at your doorstep, your car window, or even outside your tent in the woods. So when you go camping, think about that one. Always at night, always asking for you to let them in. And of course, like, they're kids. But here's the thing, they never force entry. They need your permission, and that's what makes them terrifying. So the first encounter was Brian Bethel in 1996.
I heard about that one.
You did?
Yeah.
What have you heard about?
So this guy, he was in a parking lot late one evening, and I think he was writing a check to like deposit checks, or he was doing something, but it was like really late in the evening, and he's like in his car, like signing papers or like checks or whatever, and all of a sudden like he hears like somebody knocking on his car window, and there's these two kids, and what they told them was that oh yeah, mister, we don't have any money to like see the movie.
Yeah, they're going to a movie.
So I guess they asked him for like a ride home. So he was like, yeah, fine, whatever. So he was like basically like, I guess he unlocked the door and he looked up and he saw that like their eyes were like dark black, and he got he felt fear. Like after he saw that, he felt like this like fear in him, like this like amount of fear that like he just like drove off. And like I guess he was like looking in his like rear mirror, and they were gone. So that's what I heard. I don't know if you heard the same thing.
Yeah, that's literally what I read up on him. And also, I mean, he obviously lived to tell the tale.
Because he didn't let him in, so that's creepy.
But they also say like hundreds of cases and hundreds of people have had encounters in like the U.S., UK, Australia, Latin America. They're worldwide. But I guess the core elements are they have pale skin, monotone voices, strange behavior, and those unnatural like void-like eyes.
Yeah.
So
they're like totally creepy though, and like I feel like you could feel it like after like you see their eyes, you like your whole like demeanor changes, your whole like aspect and like the sense of like danger like hits you like really hard.
I guess the like creepiest part is that they look human.
Yeah.
Like they fully look like children, and you just want to help them out. And like any kid, if any kid is lost at any time of day, I think
it definitely tugs in like your like heartstrings because they're kids, and they need help, and
But they're different. I mean, they're I read up on them, and their movements are like stiff.
They're like really robotic.
Pale skin. Their speech is like too formal, like 1800s, man.
It's totally like they don't fit like the timeline.
It also almost makes you feel like it's something pretending to be kids.
Yes.
And I guess it says like they always are asking to be let in. So I'm assuming it's like cars, houses, places, like let me in. I'm scared. Please.
So what do you think those kids are?
So I mean, the theories are like, I guess they say it's like they could be demons in disguise, aliens or hybrids, which I guess
they do compare them to like the Men in Black a lot too.
Oh really?
So it's a comparison. Yeah, well,
that's funny because Men in Black, I feel like you usually think of like two people coming to your doorstep.
They're always in pairs.
Yeah, that's why.
And like, here's my theory though. I feel like these like black-eyed kids grow up to be Men in Black. Because I got a story for you about that. This happened a while ago in Vermont, And this happened to a couple in Vermont living in the middle of nowhere. And this was right after a snowstorm. And like this two couple were inside, and there was like basically like nobody outside. It was like around 2 in the morning, and they heard knock on their door, and like the husband looks, and it's like two kids outside. So they ended up like you know bringing the kids in, and you know they were asking them questions, and they're like, oh, where's your parents? And they're like, oh, my parents are they're on their way. And they never looked at like their eyes. They were always like with their like faces down and like speaking like like
It's almost like they know that
yeah.
if they look at
So
you, you're gonna know that they're not real.
so they actually went inside the house, and like the wife actually like brought them like
Oh, they
food
brought
and-
the
yeah, the kids went
Wow.
inside because it was like a snowstorm outside, and like there was in the middle of nowhere. So the kids went inside, and like they were asking them questions like, oh, like where are your parents? And they were like, oh, they're on their way. So they were just keep
I'm
asking
cold, let me in.
yeah, they were keep asking them questions, but like
Scared.
they were basically like after a while they stopped talking, and they basically like the wife started getting like this like weird feeling, and all of a sudden they were like, oh, can we use the bathroom? And they looked up, and like she noticed like the two kids had like dark black eyes. So they ended up going to the bathroom, and I guess the husband started getting like nosebleeds and started getting like dizzy and like weak and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, like while the wife was tending to the husband, like these two kids were like in the bathroom. They came out, and like the lights went out of the whole house, and they were just standing like in the hallway, like dark, like just staring at like the couple. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
So they looked up.
yeah, all of a sudden, like they said, oh, like our parents are here. So they actually hear like a car pull up, and she noticed that there was two people in black that picked them up, and they actually like left the house.
Mm-hmm.
And
So they literally like babysat.
they were in there, and like I guess they had an effect on like the husband, that like he started getting dizzy and like nosebleeds and stuff like that. And then like after they left, like half an hour later, the lights went back on, and the husband later on ended up getting like I want to say like skin cancer. And then like she kept like getting like nosebleeds and like dizziness like afterwards.
It's funny because that's what it says. If you let them in, strange things follow.
Yeah.
Illness, nightmares, shadowy figures,
So-
even death.
That's one of the cases that I remember hearing about, that like this two couple like let these two kids in because it was like 2 a.m. and like like a snowstorm just happened.
And it always
So-
happens late at night, of course.
So yeah, so the lady was like, oh, like the kids, like let them in, like their parents are on their way, and like
Poor babies.
yeah, exactly. Like older couples were like, oh yeah, come on, you can't see, here's some food and stuff, and they kept talking
Reminds
to
me
them.
of like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Imagine,
And
like,
you know
if it
what
happened
this
to them.
reminds me of too is like the whole vampire thing, where like like say there's like somebody outside, and well, it's a vampire, and they have to get your permission to like come in,
Oh yeah.
because like if you don't let them in, or if you don't give them the permission, they can't cross the inside.
The threshold. I never thought about it, but it's funny enough. It's funny how you make the comparison, and it might have just changed from one person to another. That it just maybe that is what it was originally, but I've never heard like people compare it to like vampires.
No,
and
well,
it literally seems
Yeah,
like
it's
they're
basically
sucking like your like the
your energy.
like the what is it, dark shadows?
Yeah.
It's sucking like your energy out, and that's why it's making you weak and sick and die.
So they basically like follow like the vampire rules, like like they gotta get permission, to come inside to your like car, to your home, whatever.
It's crazy how I've never heard the comparison though. Like
But
online, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's vampire rules, and like they do like tend to like steal your energy, like what happened to the couple, or like give you like a curse or something, like an illness.
Did you ever hear of them being compared to like interdimensional like beings or like government? It says like government experiments. With,
I
like,
heard they
French
were like
theory,
government experiments.
synthetic humans or
Yes.
psychic weapons or whatever.
Yes, I heard that's why like they compare them a lot to like the Men in Black, because like they're like normally like Men in Black are like tend to be like older people. So that's why I was telling you like, oh, like these kids in my theory that they grow up to be Men in Black. Because it just like it just ties into like the whole lore thing about like these like people that like basically they're not people, they're like robotic.
Well, and also like I've seen them some conversations or some things I've heard about the Men in Black are like they're like they actually wear suits or they look like aliens or they just look like aliens.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't understand why they're not even covering themselves up at that point. Like they're just like, okay, I am an alien and I work for the government and I come in a suit. Like that's so bizarre.
I feel like they dress like basic, so like they won't stand out in the crowd. And then like their skin is like gray and like dull and like
yeah, but sometimes they literally like they don't hide that they're an alien. They'll come to your house looking like an alien. Like in some of the
that's why
things I've seen.
I guess that's why they wear glasses and like hats, just to just basically like cover up just a little bit, Yeah, just
don't
to like cover up. Yeah, like basically like incognito. So they they don't try to hide like the whole skin thing. I did hear of a case of a Men in Black encounter where like a reporter like a while back that like
a reporter.
Yeah, that this Men in Black came to the house because the reporter was actually like doing a report on them and stuff like that, and like this one guy, Men in Black, came into the house and he said that the skin looked pale and it looked like he was basically he looked like he was wearing makeup to cover up his like pale like skin, like he was wearing like thick like
Have you seen Weapons?
No.
Dude, that reminds me of the chick from Weapons, like the Aunt Mavis, or I forgot what her name is, from Weapons. But I mean, this is besides the point. But my point is, she wants to look all like normal, but I think she's a witch. She wants to look normal, so she puts on all this makeup, but she looks all creepy still.
Yeah,
so that reminds me of that.
That's what the guy said. That he's like, yeah, like he was wearing like heavy like lipstick or like makeup to like cover up his like creepy ass like skin. And other than that, yeah, that's another story.
Have you heard of like how in many cultures like Mexican and like indigenous, they talk about stories of like shapeshifters, duendes, or spirits that mimic children to lure victims? Do you think that's like the same thing, or do you think like the story has changed since it's all over the world? Do you think it's just changed with time? When I looked online, it said that the very first stories were like 1996.
Yeah, like the early. I feel like.
And I don't know how old duendes are. I guess
no,
we haven't
duendes
covered
are
that
like
yet.
they go back to
we
like
haven't covered that yet.
The Mayans, and they go back long before everybody else. But yeah, like the first ever like case was in the 90s with the guy in the car. So he posted it on creepypastas, I believe, online. And after that, like everybody started coming in with like stories of like, oh yeah, I seen like these kids, and like I had experience with these kids. So basically he started, but I'm pretty sure like it goes back
further.
Yeah, further than the 90s. For sure.
So this is where I guess it mostly happens in like rural areas, usually at night, rural isolated areas
like in Vermont.
Yeah, empty parking. Apparently, empty parking lots. Like
Yeah,
that guy,
yeah.
maybe he was in an empty
Yeah,
parking
he was
lot.
I feel like he was in an empty parking lot, and it was like really late at night, and he was the only one there.
Yeah, like yeah. Obviously, they're easy targets. Lonely roads, and I guess their main approach is they knock. They don't force entry. They ask politely. That's important. And then something in their tone just feels off.
Yeah.
So it feels awfully scripted.
Yeah.
The behavior. So it says their behavior. They don't blink. So you get to see their void
Dude,
in their eyes.
This reminds me of like Children of the Corn. Have you
Oh,
seen
with the
that?
I just saw. There's like 2 of them, right? I just saw one of those.
I think there's a couple.
They're so cheesy.
I saw them a while ago.
I gotta
But
rewatch
those kids
them.
are so scary though.
I know, but like, there's
did
like.
they have black eyes? I don't remember.
I don't remember if they had black eyes. I think it was just their hair that kind of freaked you out.
Yeah,
You
I
don't even
remember
care
they're
about-
like they're albino like features, but
Yeah,
like
they just look creepy.
I don't remember the eyes though. But
Is
I'm
that
pretty
right?
sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like based off like the black eyed kids for sure. I feel.
You know, that's interesting.
feel
I
for
wonder
sure.
if that movie came out after. No, it came out well before the case of the 1996. Unless that dude that ran into them in the parking lot had just watched the movie he went to see was Children of the Corn.
I know, right? And it's like, oh shit, these kids are like after me.
I see dead people. I see dark-eyed children.
No, but for sure, I think the Children of the Corn came out in the late 90s. I think. I could be wrong.
I think it's earlier.
It's earlier?
I want to say it was like late 80s, early 90s. But I could be wrong. And it reminds, it is in color, so it's not that old. Well, I don't remember. Maybe one of them is black and white.
No,
Maybe
I
there's
don't
like
think so.
3. Are you sure?
Yeah, there's not. I don't think they're in black and white though, for sure.
Oh, we gotta look into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it says, so the aftermath, if you let them in, is what we talked about.
Some bad stuff
Strange
happens.
things, like illnesses, nightmares, shadowy figures follow you, and death. So just keep your doors closed and don't let any kids in, even if they look like your nephew.
Yeah, especially with
Those
dark
are extra
black
scary.
eyes, yeah.
So if you hear a voice say, "Don't go,"
I won't go.
well, would you survive that? If let's say a dark-eyed child, a black-eyed child or whatever, what if he said, "Don't go, please, like, don't leave me here, I'm scared"? I guess that's too.
No, yeah.
You're like, no, this kid's real.
Yeah, I'll leave that kid for sure.
Like that one kid that followed us out of that festival that was
yeah. So yeah.
He was like 2 years old when he followed us out, and we're just like, we are not your parents. Nobody batted an eye either. We could have totally stolen that kid.
Yeah, well, everybody was like drinking and all.
I know that. I don't know where the parents were.
But I still do believe that like these kids are men in black, basically. Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would feel like they're men in black, but I guess I've some of those
Either
stories
men
are
in black or vampires for sure.
I don't know about vampires. Okay, I guess because of dark shadows now I know, like, I guess the energy sucking vampires could be a thing. They must have gotten that idea somewhere. Maybe they were the first ones to think of it. Or not, so maybe they are vampires. Maybe you're right. So that's scary.
That's just me.
Yeah. Or I don't even know where duende comes from. Like, what would a black-eyed child? I guess a duende could be black-eyed child size.
No, I think duendes are like smaller though.
Well, I mean, I looked online and said that people, like, that's what their interpretation is or whatever in Mexico. I know that's why I'm like, I don't understand where, but I guess people are like mixing it all in.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be really creepy, because also thinking of, what's that one show? There's that one show where the people, I think it's where they come to your house and they're like, "Mom, let me in. Mom, like, I'm cold." And it looks like your kid, but it's not. So you're just like, "Oh my God, well, I gotta open the door." Like, because there's danger outside. There's other, like, creepy things outside. So I don't know. There's so many, like, stories about it. I don't know if I would trust any kid at this point.
I feel you. But like, I feel like the duendes, I don't think they like travel in like packs though, or like in pairs. I think duendes are only like a person, or like a little duende is only one.
Well, and
but like, these like black-eyed kids always travel in pairs.
I was gonna ask you that, because I don't know I don't know if I saw that they always travel in pairs.
They're always in pairs.
Oh, then yeah, that's
Because because duendes like maybe duendes travel in pairs too, but like
Oh yeah,
only,
they often travel in pairs.
but
Well, it says. I mean, so often.
yeah,
That could mean that sometimes.
but
They
I feel like
don't.
it's rare though that like there's only one kid.
See, if you see two kids, you're like, okay, I see you. Just I'm keeping an eye on you. Call your mom, and I'll watch you until she gets here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they're in pairs, I'd feel better. If it's just one kid, I would feel bad about leaving that kid outside. Like thinking of my niece or nephew.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing though. Like they tug on your like heartstrings, but like as soon as you like look at those like dead eyes, like black eyes, like dude, like I feel like the fear just comes to you, and you're just like want to get the hell out of there. You know, I don't care if these kids are in trouble. I'm out. I'm out of here. You know, like this is not normal. You know, like I'm like having like a panic attack, dude. Like, no, I'm out. This is not right. You know, I'm not safe. That's what the guy in the car did. Yeah, that's what the guy in the car did. Cause like he was like, okay, fine. Like, I'm gonna take you kids home. But like as soon as like he looked up and saw that these kids had like black eyes, like his fear just like told him to like get the hell out of there. You know.
And luckily for him, there was enough lighting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes in the dark, like you really can't see.
Yeah, you
much.
can't tell, especially if they're wearing like a hat or something. I feel like these kids would have like a better chance if they wore glasses or like like
Think
sunglasses.
about it. Next time you come to someone's house, put on some glasses and they'll
Kids,
believe you.
take notes.
Black-eyed children, take notes.
Wear heavy sunglasses though at night. You look cool doing it too.
Yeah, there you go. Before they open the door, because they will, only if you have sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's it for tonight. Drop your favorite scary stories or beer pics in the comments. And until next time, keep your fridge stocked, your flashlight handy, and your ears open, because the next scream you hear might be yours, Ernie.
Or yours.
Or yours. Bye.
Bye.